All right, let's talk Green Bay Packers. This is obviously one of the more exciting teams in football as we're working our way through the preseason, and the Packers have yet another reason to be excited. It looks like the Packers coaching staff believes they found another late round gem. Great news for Green Bay. I'm Nick, and this is Saturday Morning Inspection. All right, so as we're working our way through the preseason, we see this throughout the entire National Football League. Teams are starting to see what rookies they selected are doing well and look like they're going to be impact players in the short and long term. And for most teams, it's usually the first round guys, it's the second round guys that are kind of making all the noise. The Packers historically have gotten a lot of success, at least over the past few years, with some of the mid to late round guys. And this year is no exception. They've got another late round gem, this time on the offensive line, making a real name for himself. We're talking about offensive lineman Jacob Monk, impressing the Packers coaching staff, doing good things so far. Let's pull up this latest report right here, courtesy of Athlon Sports. Monk has come on of late at training camp, even earning some reps with the first team offense and practice with Jordan Morgan sidelined. He's taken his opportunity and run with it. Watching that film from the game on Saturday was an awesome, not a surprise because I know he's a tough kid and he works his butt off. Offensive line coach Luke Butkus said, by the way, sidebar here, Butkus is the nephew of Chicago Bears great Hall of Famer Dick Butkus. So you got to love that, Packers fans. You kind of get a little dig in Chicago here. I didn't know Butkus is literally a relative of Dick Butkus was on the Packers. That's got to make you guys feel good right there. But Butkus goes on to say, but before the game during warmups, a look on his face, he was ready to rip somebody's lips off. Okay. That's the way he played, and it was fun to watch. He loves playing the game. He loves the physicality of it, and it was really excited for him to go out there and play his first snap. I mean, this mentality is obviously something you love to see from a physical, nasty football player, and Monk is that to a T. He's impressing everybody, especially the Packers coaching staff, which is a great sign for his future with Green Bay. Miles, I'm curious what your thoughts are on this. But first, Green Bay Packers fans, for those of you who are regular viewers of this channel, this time of the year, we like to do a lot of film reviews of rookies as they work their way through preseason. What's one Green Bay Packers rookie you want us to do a deep dive on when it comes to our film reviews? Is it Monk? Is it somebody else? Let us know in the comment section below what Packers rookie you want to see a deep dive film review on. Make sure you let us know in the comment section below. And before I hand it over to you, Mize, once again, we are continuing to plug it until the regular season comes along. Buy Playmakers, book Mike Florio, affiliate link, description box below, helps us out. Enough about that, though. Mize, what are your thoughts on this latest Packers news?
Yeah, Nick, I think this is a really interesting one because when we think Green Bay Packers, traditionally in the past, you think, a lot of older guys. They've always had Brett Favre around, they've had the Aaron Rodgers of the world around, but you think of the new Green Bay Packers, you think youth, you think new blood on this team. And I think that's exactly what we're seeing from a guy like Jacob Monk. And it's kind of following the philosophy that the Packers as a team have been liking a lot lately. All of the new guys, they're not afraid. Anyone that comes out and shows some promise as a young player, especially even as a rookie, they love to get them in the mix. And I think we're starting to see that from a guy like Monk. And you really like a guy who comes in and seizes that opportunity. Someone goes down, someone gets injured, you get that playing time. That's what I love about Monk. He's come in and he's really just, everyone is always, sitting idling by their time. And sometimes people get the opportunity and they do okay. They're not the greatest, but they're not the worst. You're like, okay, well, this is a 6th-round player. They didn't do a whole lot, but, it is an admirable effort. No, Monk came out there and he absolutely knocked everyone's socks off. The film shows it. The practices show it. His mentality shows it. This is a guy that was waiting in the wings, ready for his opportunity, and got it extremely early on. And I think he's going to benefit because of it. I think we're going to start seeing this guy more and more throughout the season. I think this is going to be a guy who's going to be really good because it's not just the offensive line coach. The offensive coordinator loves him. Everybody is loving what Monk is putting on the field, putting on tape. And I think this could be one of the bigger steals for the Packers in this draft, especially seeing as this is a 6th-round guy and not necessarily even a guy they were ready to be a starter.
Look, I agree with everything you said there. And look, when the coaching staff is high on a player, that obviously gets your ears perked up. With the film shows it as well, that's obviously a great sign. But when the analytics, the folks at places like Pro Football Focus, PFF, when they run their numbers and it looks good and you get that magical trifecta, that's a sign that you got a special kind of prospect here. And that's exactly who the Packers have in Monk. If you look at the PFF grades in terms of run blocking among offensive linemen for the Green Bay Packers, he was the best in their preseason game against the Cleveland Browns. That by itself, great. That's a great sign, of course, for a guy who's known for being physical and tough. But he was the best run blocker, again, according to PFF, playing 3 different positions at times during the preseason game, that preseason game. That is incredible, right? Normally, when you play those many positions, you expect a drop off in performance, right? There's no way you can be better than other people that are only focused on one position. If you got to play center and both guards, right? The guy who only has to worry about playing right guard, he's probably going to play a little bit better than you just because his job is simpler. With Monk, even though he had all these responsibilities, all these changings, it's preseason, so bodies are subbing around him all the time. Not a lot of continuity, not a lot of teamwork in stone yet. He is still outperforming everybody as a run blocker. That is a phenomenal sign for the Green Bay Packers because I think as talented as they are, certainly in the pass blocking game, I think having just a physical, nasty interior offensive lineman to be that just guy in the middle to just eat up and allow the running game to take over, make things easier for Jordan Love, I think will be critical, especially to correlate with this youth movement, right? Because as obviously Jordan Love's contract is going to get more expensive, they got a lot of young playmakers on offense they're going to have to pay. It's going to get really hard to keep a lot of these core pieces together. But when you have young 6th-round picks who are talented, physical, tough, hardworking, and cheap, your future will remain bright. I think this is a great sign for the Green Bay Packers with the emergence of Jacob Monk.